Hi guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of a shorter, more fun video, just talking about something that I mentioned in a community post like a couple of weeks, probably a month ago by now, maybe a while ago, but it was something that I saw on DevilInspired, and I kind of just wanted to talk about it because you guys know I have this repeated, ongoing, one-sided beef with DevilInspired. They don't know who I am. I constantly clown on them. It's really, just a very interesting dynamic that we have, but basically, I recently, before the video that went up, this week, I made a video last month, I believe, where I was trying to see if DevilInspired has gotten any better. Because you guys know one of the first videos I did on the channel was a scathing review of where not to buy Lolita fashion, and at the time, DevilInspired was my #1 op. I said, many things about previous reviews of customers who had bad experiences with them, and I also included my personal experience with them, and the video was more or less an update as to see have they gotten any better, because no one wants to see, I personally, as much as I have this, ongoing beef with them, I personally would like to see them become a good and solid resource, especially because they have, in the last couple of years, started their own line, wherein they don't just sell clothes from Taobao to make it more accessible to, non-Chinese reading or speaking people who are interested in J fashion, but they also have their own line of clothing. And surprise, surprise, I saw something on there that I was not expecting to like, because I did not think that I would like anything out of the DevilInspired collection. Not that I, have any particular feelings about whether or not I think they could design good clothes. I just never really thought that I'd be interested in anything like that. But they had a piece on there that as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to figure out what Taobao store this is from so I can buy it, only to find out that it was a DevilInspired original. So it is a piece that I want a lot. I would like to have it. I'm not going to get it because it's just so expensive. Like, DevilInspired is so expensive in general. Even their own pieces are expensive. So I'm probably still not going to get it. If I ever do get it, I'll probably get it secondhand on like Lace Market if someone else buys it. But I did just want to show it off, and a couple of other things that they were promoting recently. And when you see it, if you see the community post, you already know what it looks like. But I thought it would be a very fun dichotomy to be dressed like this and to say that I want what that is. So, by the way, what I am wearing are the pieces that I unboxed last time. These are just some Y2K pieces. I know last time in the video I said I don't think you tuck the shirt in, but I think you do tuck it in, or you can tuck it in, whatever is the case. But that's what I'm wearing today. And I know the bare ears are not fitting, but I don't care. I style myself how I please. So I do know that they do not go with the rest of this outfit. I'm aware. You don't have to spam me in the comments saying what's up with the bare ears with the dark cross aesthetic. I know. Don't worry. I realize. But with that out of the way, let us go in and take a look at these pieces from DevilInspired, because I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of hidden. Okay, so I'm trying multiple different ways of sharing my screen. I've done like 2 or 3 of these. It seems like every time I do a new screen share, it's different. So let's see if we like this one more. The only reason I went with this one is because when I tried the other one that I used last time, it was cutting my ears off, which that's not acceptable. So let's just get on point with the piece. So this is the main one that caught my attention. I saw this and I was like, bro, it's like DevilInspired made this just for me. It's like they actually have seen my videos and said, hey, this beef is not it. You gotta check us out. So this is the main piece, and they were kind of pushing it as you can tell, very My Little Pony inspired sort of thing. So they're not, from what I can see, pushing it as Lolita, so that's fine because it clearly is not. They even only hashtagged it as fan art. I don't really know why, but for this post specifically, I think there's another post, but for this post specifically, they have basically a bunch of outfits that are supposed to be, I guess, like My Little Pony core themed, whatever. And they've, of course, made the bronies very upset in not including Rarity. So pour one out for Rarity, our good sis. But this is the main outfit we're worrying about. But I will show you the other ones as well, because I really just could not believe I saw something on DevilInspired that I really, really wanted. And it sucks that it's the one thing that I see that I want that's not from Taobao. Like, I can't get it from somewhere else, because I'm going to talk about it more, but just the way that this is just so overly expensive is just annoying to me. Not that I'm saying that it's not worth the price per se, but just the way that it's being sold. I'll get into more detail, but I just wanted to show them off quickly. So this is the Pinkie Pie inspired one, the one that I want the most. Again, if this is somehow the first video you're seeing on my channel, yes, I don't typically dress always in the dark. If you look at a lot of my older videos, they're very bright, colorful, sweet. So sorry to give you that jump scare if this is your first time on the channel, but I just love everything about this. I mean, you guys know I love all of these colors, these multiple colors. There's so many just gorgeous things here. The skirt itself is really what I like the most. The top, I'll talk about the top. I like it, but I don't need it. And there's these little like leg sleeves down here too. It's really just the whole package. Additionally, they also have a Twilight Sparkle themed outfit, which again, I saw all of these after I saw the Pinkie Pie one. It seems like they're really pushing the Pinkie Pie one for obvious reasons, but you know, like I said before in my previous critiques of DevilInspired, they tend to try to push their merchandise, not even their merchandise, but like anything they sell as like they try to get like I said this before, they try to get like the weebs into it. Like they put like this outfit out, and they were like, it's Farina from Genshin Impact, and like it's Venti from Genshin Impact. And it's like the outfits don't scream those two characters at all, at least in my opinion. You can see that previous video where I mentioned that. Like they will try to just get the weebs in on it, and it's like, we're not that gullible. You know, you can just say it's an outfit and it vaguely maybe reminds someone of Farina, but like, why are you pushing it as that? You know, it's really just a personal problem. I'm not saying DevilInspired is the devil just for this one thing. Like, there's worse things about DevilInspired. That is not the worst thing. That's just one thing I personally find a little cringe. Like, I know you have to advertise and, you know, get people interested in this stuff, but why are you saying, like, why are you reaching? Like, why? It's not necessary. But anyway, so this is the Twilight Sparkle one. Like I said, as long as they're not pushing it as a type of fashion that it blatantly isn't, I'm fine. They're not pushing this as Lolita. It obviously is not. So this outfit is fine, of course. I don't mind it. It's, you know, Twilight Sparkle, a little bit more school themed with the pleated skirt and the plaid and the necktie. I actually like the outfit. I'm going to look at all of them in, you know, close depth just so this whole video isn't that short. But this is a Twilight Sparkle one. This is the Applejack one. This one, I mean, I think it suits the Applejack sort of theme that they're going for. It's not something that I would personally wear, but it feels like I don't know that, I guess you would kind of call this a form of J fashion. It is definitely like, you know, alt fashion in some sort of way. So it's okay in that regard. It's not the one that jumps out the most to me, but you know, I like it. It's fine. And here, of course, is the Rainbow Dash one. I don't know. I kind of was expecting something a little bit more, I guess maybe a little bit more like Pinkie Pie-esque, like as for the design of the Rainbow Dash one. I know she's more of a tomboy, so I'm not surprised that they went with, you know, the little pants and the jacket. You know, I'm not really surprised about that. It's fine. I don't know. I just kind of expected something a little bit more like you could really push those rainbows, those bright colors. I think they would do a little bit better to do something like that. It's very clearly rainbow inspired. Like it looks like they have like a lot of like just clouds and stars and stuff on it. So I see that they're trying to push that as much as possible, but you know, it's not, you know, perfect. Like you could really just say that this is just pastel. It doesn't have to be Rainbow Dash, but I see what they're trying to do. It's fine. And finally, we have the Fluttershy one, which is, I guess, the one that I would say is probably the closest to traditional, like, Lolita. The closest. I don't know how long the skirt is. It looks a little short, so some people would probably disagree with that. And of course, you'd want to wear a blouse with it if you were styling it as a Lolita would. You know, you wouldn't really want all the open arms out. So if you were to wear this as Lolita, it would probably be, yeah, something like that. You'd want, of course, some sort of tights, Y2K, something like that. But this is the closest I would say to that in terms of just the design. It's got a little butterfly on the chest. Overall, it's fine. I have no real gripes against it. The one thing that I would have liked is I haven't seen it yet. Maybe they have it somewhere on their page. I haven't seen them have a model wearing any of these clothes yet, which I think is interesting, since one of the best ways I think to sell any type of fashion is to see it on someone. You know, just seeing it like this, everything looks great in the pictures when it's on the little, you know, mannequin, but when you see a person wearing it, it's like a completely different experience because you can kind of visualize yourself in it. But we will take a closer analysis of that as we see. So here we are on DevilInspired's page where you can see the pieces individually for all of them. Here is the Pinkie Pie themed outfit. Here is the Twilight Sparkle themed outfit. Here is the Fluttershy themed outfit. And I think you scroll up and we'll see the Rainbow Dash themed outfit right here. And I wasn't able to find the Applejack one. I guess it's probably somewhere, but I'm not gonna lie, since that one was my least favorite, I'm probably not going to go out of my way to look for it, or maybe it's sold out, maybe Applejack is just popping like that. But anyway, so here is the blouse for the outfit. So this was actually my main issue with this, because DevilInspired always gonna do something like this. So this is just for the shirt. Yes, this big beautiful bow right here, this just gorgeous little cardcore capture Sakura, whatever the name of that anime is. All of this, it only comes with the blouse. Now, I understand, like, you know, why DevilInspired wants to get as much money as possible, but like, you really couldn't have the blouse come with the bow, like really, like it really couldn't, because it definitely just says the shirt, and I know that they photographed it with it, but I believe if you check the fine print, it does say the price is for the shirt only, the bow tie is sold separately. Like, come on, you really couldn't just give me the bow tie with it. This would have been an easy purchase. Anyone can get a pink blouse. I have a blouse just like this in my closet right now. Like, it's long sleeve, but it has detachable sleeves, so it could really be the same blouse, honestly speaking. Like, you really had to sell the bow separately, knowing that that's the main thing that everyone is going to want. I'm sure there's going to be people who are going to buy this like immediately, thinking that the bow comes with it, not reading any of this at all, and thinking it. Also, on that note, model information. Our model is trying size S and fits it well. Is Tina in the room with us? I don't see any photos of Tina. I don't see Tina anywhere. Tina did not get the memo that she was supposed to post the photos that she took, because I'm not seeing Tina anywhere. Maybe Tina is on the Instagram. We'll go back and check afterwards, but why are those photos not here? So that's my main gripe about the shirt itself, and why I'm hesitant to buy this in the first place. Like, a $29 blouse, you can get blouses for much cheaper on Taobao, a very similar looking blouse. There's nothing particularly special about this blouse. I mean, it has some nice, you know, like, details on it, but I mean, like I said, I have a blouse that's very much the exact same color, just as, you know, pretty with the details. It's not that significant. So if you are thinking about buying this piece, I would highly recommend getting your own pink blouse. Do not buy this blouse unless you really, really like this blouse. You really want a short sleeve pink blouse. You really don't have to spend $29 for a blouse only to not get the bow with it. Like, come on now. So on that note, here is the bow tie. $10 for the bow tie. I'm not even mad about the price of the bow tie itself. $10 for this. It's a huge bow, beautiful bow. I love it. I'm not mad about the price for it. I'm just mad that it doesn't come with the blouse. Like, you show it in every picture with the blouse. You don't even have a photo of it without the blouse. Anyone who looks at this is going to assume that the bow tie comes with the blouse. So I really think DevilInspired knows what they're doing with this one. Like, come on now. You really could have put the bow and the blouse together. You could at least even sell them like as a package deal. Like, I'm sure if you like put enough things in your cart, it'll recommend them. Like, they say shop the coordinate. They basically want you to buy all the pieces together. I get it. I know what they're trying to do here, but like, come on now. If I were to recommend someone to buy this outfit, get the bow, get the skirt, get the other details, don't get the blouse. On that note, we will talk about the only thing that I truly care about with this piece, which is the skirt. So, main reason why, you know, me and DevilInspired have beef, because I'm not saying that this is too expensive, but if this was sold on Taobao, this would probably be like 20 bucks. Like, probably most likely this would be like a $20, maybe 40, like 30-ish, 40. Like, it would not be $64. I guarantee you this skirt would not be $64, almost $70 on Taobao. It just wouldn't. I'm sorry, it really would not. I'm not saying it's not worth the value. I'm not saying there aren't all these cute little details on it that make the price warranted. I'm just saying, if you would get this on Taobao, it would not be like damn near $70. This would probably be like 40 at max. I really couldn't see it being that much more, because like I said, it's just the skirt. Like, again, the photographs make you believe that this is a whole ensemble. Like, you would think this might be like just a dress. Of course it's not. It's a skirt and a blouse, which again, I'm fine with. I just don't like how every piece being sold separately. Like, this is going to be like well over $100 for this little outfit, plus the shipping, just to get it the way that it's being broadcasted to you. So I just love the skirt. You know, I love these bright colors, these 4 different colors on it, the rainbows, the little accessories on it, and I believe that they say the accessories actually come with it. Like, this is one of the few things where all of the pieces that you see on the skirt come with it, like the sweet chains and the pins, all of that does come with it. So that's great. And, you know, maybe you could use it as justification for why the price is so high. I don't know. But, you know, it's just not the price that I would pay for something like this. It's just a little bit too much for me, knowing, I don't know about the quality, you know, I've never bought anything from the DevilInspired line, but knowing like how Taobao is and how you can get great pieces from Taobao for far less than this. Like I said, it's just the skirt. If the whole outfit was $64, I wouldn't even be mad. I would say that's probably worth it, but just the skirt, it's a gorgeous skirt. I want this piece more than anything. This is really what I want. If I could get this like secondhand, that would be great. That would be immaculate. I just love it. Everything about it. This whole thing screams to me, and it's why I think DevilInspired really just wants to end this beef that I have with them, because they're putting this out here just for me. Clearly, this is just made for me. But like I said, it's the main problem with it is the fact that the blouse is sold separately and it's $64. Like, we can do better. DevilInspired, come on now. We can do better. And on that note, there are also leg sleeves, which again, you probably wouldn't know because where is my girl Tina? Where is she? I'm gonna check the Instagram page after this to see again, because they don't show this piece like anywhere else other than the, you know, promotional image. But every time they show off this, you know, ensemble otherwise, they don't show you the leg sleeves, which, you know, why not? You know, this is another thing that you would like to see on a person, to see how it looks on you. Like, how, where is it like on your knee compared to like the height of the model? Like, how does that look? You know, it'd be great to just see those model photos, but I don't see any model photos. I will look for them. Otherwise, of course, I do love these. All the colors, the little stars, the frilliness, just everything. Just everything about this, I love it. It's beautiful. Gorgeous. So, after seeing this outfit and saying, I would love to have this, but immediately deciding that I was probably not going to, I just became curious about the other pieces that they are selling. And, you know, I saw this and wow, this one is 6% off. That's great. So I saw this and I was like, wow, it's interesting that they have the Twilight Sparkle piece like this. I actually would have been surprised. I would have expected that they would have sold the necktie separately. And, they do sell the necktie separately. Yeah, the purple tie needs to be purchased separately, as it says. I don't know why I assumed otherwise when I was first looking at this, that I even fathomed thought that this blouse would come with the necktie. Of course it does not, to which I will reiterate to what I said before. It seems as though this little chain here at the top does come with the blouse. So if that is the one reason that you want this blouse, go for it. But it does not come with the tie. So I would not be getting this blouse myself. I would be getting the tie. I would be wearing my own white blouse. Most Lolitas, I don't know why I'm saying Lolitas since this is not Lolita fashion, but you know, anyone into J fashion who wears a fashion where like blouses are typically worn has a white blouse. You typically, one of the first things you do when you're entering the new fashion is you get a white blouse and you get a black blouse, and then you wear with the other colors later. So most people probably have a white blouse that can replace this in this attire. The tie is really the main selling point. So, oh my gosh, a model photo. Thank you. Is this our girl Tina or is this someone else? It's our girl Tina. Thank you, Tina. We can see Tina. Thank you. She is showing off the skirt this time. So thank you, Tina. Nice to meet you. We're happy you could join us this time. So now we can get a better idea of what this outfit looks like on a person, which it's mostly just like, you know, a school uniform type theme vibe. So it looks very cute. You know, we can see the leg sleeves on it. I don't like that they're kind of sheer. It's kind of, it's okay, but since the rest of the outfit doesn't like really have any sheer on it, it looks a little out of place to me personally, but it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. No one would really notice this up close. They're just showing you the details of the skirt. You can see it from behind. Another look at the skirt with all of the details on it. Here it is on the mannequin again, which is fine. But again, we like to see it on a person as well, so this is good. And a photo of it from the back. So again, I'm fine with this one. I wouldn't personally get it myself. Personally, I think the skirt is a little bit small. Like, I like a big, like, it's not even like the shortness of the skirt. I just personally like the big, frilly, ruffly, big skirts that sit out like this. A skirt like this is kind of not really my style. I don't typically go for that. Even what I'm wearing now, these are actually shorts, but you can see how like puffy and frilly they are. Like, they take up space. Like, that's usually what my style is when it comes to any fashion, J fashion, Lolita fashion. I like things that sit out, which is why I like Lolita in the first place. So the skirt like this is probably not something that I would wear, generally speaking, but I don't have a problem with it. I would probably wear something like this, but maybe with a skirt that's not pleated, maybe with something that sits out a little bit more. But overall, I like this outfit. Happy to see Tina in it. Thank you. And it has built-in shorts, so I guess that's what this photo was showing. I guess these are the shorts right here, so that's always good to see as well. For people who tend to, I guess if you want to wear something like this and you don't wear like leggings, like you prefer to just wear leg sleeves, it has built-in shorts, so always a good sign. And here, of course, is the purple tie, the main thing that we want to see. They have given it a 16% off so that it is $9.99, which I think is the same price as the big bow. So very nice again. Like I said, I don't have a problem with the price of the tie. I just think it's very cheap of them that they did not sell it together with the blouse. You come on, you could have done that. There's so many like I'm not saying that this is like a standard thing, but a lot of times for like I said, specifically Lolita pieces, if there's like a specific accessory, usually they sell it together depending on the brand. Like especially on Taobao, for a big brand like Angelic Pretty or Baby, you might have to buy certain things separately. Like typically if it's an apron, it'll usually come with it, but there's some accessories that they do sell separately. Of course, we usually know they sell like headphones separately and things like that. But usually on Taobao, they tend to sell, you know, the smaller accessories, like main accessories with the main piece. So a little bit disappointing that they don't do that here because like I said, this blouse is so replaceable. Also, I see this little like vest thing. I didn't click on that one because I figured they'd show a photo with it, and I think Tina was also wearing it last time. I love how me and Tina are on a first name basis. But anyway, I didn't click on that one, but here you can just see it here. It's just something that goes on top of the blouse to give it more of that school aesthetic. As for whether or not I think this suits like Twilight Sparkle specifically, I guess so. It's got the star theme on it. You know, the color of course matches. I don't know if this is like an official like collab with them. I don't think it is. I think they're just kind of using them to push this, which is okay, I guess. I don't think that's like an illegal thing. I'm sure it's fine. But you know, because DevilInspired just tends to reach a lot with these things, I don't think this one is that much of a reach. I think this one gives Twilight Sparkle more than this one gives Pinkie Pie, because let's be real, like Pinkie Pie's color is pink, and she has like two different color balloons. Like the whole rainbow, it's like a mix of Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash to me. I know why they're doing this to push Pinkie Pie, because bright colors, parties, and no one's gonna think too much about it except me, which is the problem, because like this doesn't really scream Pinkie Pie specifically to me. It's fine for what it is. It just doesn't scream Pinkie Pie. This actually does give Twilight Sparkle a little bit more in my opinion. It's got the schoolgirl look, you know, with the pleated skirt, and the colors are all right. So I think this one is a little bit more fitting in my opinion. So, oh, and these are just the little mesh leg warmers. We already saw those. Like I said, they're fine. I would prefer if they weren't quite so mesh, like they were a little bit more like, I guess, just straight up white. But I can also see how you might like not like the straight up white color, like maybe just a closer color to the blouse. I don't know. I guess overall, all things considered, these things are fine. I wish the design of the star was a little better. It looks a little lazy to me, not gonna lie. Like, why not get us a similar design like that was on the necktie for the star? But it's okay, I guess. It's not the biggest of deals. All of the other stars and details are fine, so we'll move on with that one. Okay, so here is the Fluttershy themed coordinate. I guess this is the big beautiful bow on the back of the dress. So not surprisingly that this is something that is sold separately. I feel like it would have been great if this was just a part or attached to the dress and you could just take it off. You know, typically like when you have a little dress, it'll come with like a bow on the front, maybe a bow on the back, and it's usually detachable, but it usually comes together. 9 times out of 10 it usually will. Sometimes it doesn't, but usually it does. So again, just another one of the things where it would be nice if it was sold together, like even if you just want like a separate order where you could get them both at the same time, because it will at least feel like I'm buying it with the dress and I'm not paying extra for the bow, which I am doing. I'm paying extra to get the bow. It's got the butterflies on it, so like I said, a lot closer to like a typical Fluttershy design. I do hope we'll see a model photo with this one, because I'm curious to see how short the skirt is, but this is the dress itself, by far the most expensive of all of these pieces, which doesn't surprise me. This is by far the most detailed of the pieces, so I'm not surprised to see that it was originally 110 USD, but it looks like they've knocked it down to 89 USD. For one reason or another, it's honestly probably just this price, and they're using this as an excuse to make you feel like you're getting a better deal, which they tend to do. Like, all stores do that, so I'm not holding it against them. But overall, like I said, this is probably the piece well, it's not the piece that I'm the least interested in. I think the Applejack one was the one I was the least interested in, but I do like this piece. It's just like a little bit plain to me. Like, it's very much a very chill, like toned, one tone color, sort of like very soft pastel vibe, which I prefer like many different colors. So the green and the pink, I think, suits sort of like the Fluttershy aesthetic, but for me specifically, would it be something that I would personally wear? Maybe only for like a specific occasion, if I needed a green dress like in this color and the butterfly themes. Like if I needed a dress like this, I would definitely wear it. But just to have like just, you know, casually, I'm not sure. Also, I see that they are labeling this one as a JSK, a Lolita jumper skirt. So Another reason why I would like to see this one on a model, because like I said, given the length of it, it looks like one of those, I don't know what the official term for it in English is. I know in Chinese it's called like a dog skirt, where it's like a very high skirt sort of deal, where it wouldn't really suit Lolita very well just because it's so short, like so high above the knee. But they are pushing this one as a JSK, so it would be nice to see this one on a person just to kind of get a better feel of how exactly short it is. Of course, they give you the measurements for it, but it would just be nice to see it on a human being. But dress itself is nice, dress itself is pretty. I think it does suit Fluttershy theme, core, whatever, just fine. So that's okay. The are they telling me that the butterfly is sold separately? are we are we really surprised? Are we really surprised that the butterfly is sold separately? You can't get the pink butterfly on the dress. You have to buy it separately. What a surprise! Most surprising thing in this video. Okay, so it looks like the butterfly itself is also sold separately. I was just opening up the tabs, like if I saw it as part of the piece. I didn't even really look and see what this was, but it looks like this is the big butterfly on the chest, so not gonna lie, it kind of brings down the value of the dress just a little bit, because like I said, looking at this like this has huge value, but when you realize the bow is sold separately, it has less value, because now you realize you have to buy more things. The tie being sold separately, a little bit less value, at least in my opinion. I don't know what they would possibly sell separately on this. Like, next you're gonna tell me the beads are sold separately. Like, are you serious? Like, come on now. We haven't looked at that one yet, but the butterfly not coming with it, the big train on the back not coming with it. Like, really? Like, the butterfly doesn't come with it? Like, really? Like, come on now. So, like I said, these are the things that, like, it would just be nice if this came with it. $6.99 is not a horrible price for it, but like, why is it just not already a part of the dress? You can just do me like that. You can just do a solid like that. So here's the Rainbow Dash pieces, and we will start with, I guess, the jacket. So this is, I wasn't expecting these to be sold together. So here is just the jacket with Rainbow Dash vibes. So what type of fashion is this? We have no idea. Maybe it's fairy K. Who knows? Whatever floats your boat is what this is. So definitely I can see how they're trying to push the Rainbow Dash theme with the like Pegasus wings, and you've got a lightning bolt here. I like this buckle thing at the neck. I like little creative things like that, so that's cool. It has these little stars on it, which God forbid if these are sold separately, but I don't think that they are. Of course, you can, open the jacket up and you can actually see the shirt that's being worn, so that's nice. Here it is from the back, and just a little bit of close-ups on the detail. So I like this. I actually think this is pretty cute. I like the little like trim here on the bottom of the pants with the little rainbows and all the other accessories. We'll look at that more closely in a sec, but overall I like it. I was a little bit worried that this one looked a little bit cheaper, but now that I'm looking at the photos up closely, it doesn't look that bad. I actually think that this looks pretty nice. I could see this as something that someone would like to own or design, and like I said, I really do like the little shorts. They have the like similar type of look to the Pinkie Pie skirt. They have like a very similar type of look to it, so I think that's why these pieces like stand out to me the most. And because Rainbow Dash is my favorite character, obviously, definitely a huge Rainbow Dash fan, so maybe that's why these also stand out to me. But I do like the shorts, like this little look to them, the little accessories and chains on them, very cute. Of course, it does look like it does come with those accessories, thank goodness. Once again, our girl Tina is nowhere to be seen. She just could not be found for the photographs, but here we can see the look of the shirt. So if you choose not to wear it with the jacket, another look at it just from a different styling perspective, and always nice to see that it does look good. I do, like I said, love the colors, love the accessories, love that these things do come with the piece. Very nice to see that. So now we see the little leg sleeves again, or they're calling these leg warmers, $19.99. Again, it would be a little bit nicer to see these on our good friend Tina, but she is not here, so we'll check and see after that. And here is the top. Very simple, just a lot of colors with the little cloud motif on it. Honestly speaking, it looks a little bit simple to me. I feel like I could have gone a little bit more crazy with like colors on it, but I see they're trying to keep it a little bit more pastel, not quite so loud and in your face. So I see where they're coming from with it. I don't have a problem with it. It's fine to me, what I'm seeing here. Everything about it looks good. Does it suit Rainbow Dash? I would say so. There's enough cloud motifs on it and like stars, and there's not like an official like rainbow on it, but like just all the colors that they have on it, it looks good enough to me. Like I said, I don't know that this is official collab, so they might not be able to do it too on the nose. Like it might just have to look just similar enough that they can get away with it. But it looks fine to me. Overall speaking, out of all the outfits that we took a look at, like I said, I couldn't find the Applejack one. Let's try to just backtrack one page and see if we can find it. Yeah, I'm just seeing a bunch of JRIK here. I don't really see the Applejack one. Maybe it's sold out, or maybe I'm just blind. I don't see it. A bunch of OG. But I don't see the Applejack one, so unfortunately we can't really take a close-up look at that one. But like I said, it was the one that I was by far the least interested in, so I don't think we're losing out on too much by you guys not getting my stunning commentary for it. So I'm just gonna quickly go on the DevilInspired page and see if there are any other photos that we can find of these pieces, because I believe there was at least one other post with the Pinkie Pie outfit, because I remember they pushed that one a while ago. Like, what's the date on this one? This is from 3 days ago. Okay, I don't even know what I thought I was gonna get. I forgot. DevilInspired spams like crazy. They have posts for days. And remember, I first saw that Pinkie Pie thing like a month ago. So like the chances of me actually find I like this. I like everything about this. Who is this? Who did this? What brand is this? Don't tell me this is DevilInspired as well. I don't think it is. It has the search term is AEP, which means it's probably not them. Theirs is this is inspired, so this is not them, but I like this. The little arm things. The what? This is why I don't. This is why I don't like. The only reason why I follow this page is literally just to find stuff so I can buy it elsewhere. I'm not even kidding. I've said this before. The only reason I follow them is just so I can look for the original Taobao sellers and try to pick up these things there, because it's just not fair at all. And you know, now that they've done a better job of putting the original brands on the pages, it should be very easy for me to find that piece that I just saw. But I mean, yeah, this is from 2 weeks ago. I would have to scroll for a minute to try to find that Pinkie Pie dress. I'm gonna like, and I would be surprised. I like this too. And I would be surprised if, oh my gosh, you know, I would definitely wear something like this with a blouse and try to make it at least pretend that it's closer to Louis fashion, but it's Y2K, so it's fine. But I would still probably wear a blouse with this anyway, like regardless of what you would call this, like, because I can see she's wearing a petticoat under it. So I don't think you usually wear petticoats with Y2K. It says Y2K meets Lolita, so I see what they're going with. A little bit of experimental. I like the dress itself. The cat ears and cat paws are a little bit much, but I like this outfit. I do like it. This is definitely something that I would wear. Definitely, unabashedly would wear. But I mean, I'm probably gonna have to scroll for a while to see if I can find that Pinkie Pie dress. But okay, here's the Applejack one. So they've shown all the pieces for the Applejack one. So I'm going to conclude that they probably don't have any photos of our friend Tina in the Pinkie Pie dress. Unfortunately, if I will keep scrolling while I'm talking, but if it gets to the point where I don't see it, I will keep scrolling like after I finish recording. Like we see this one, we can see this one, very nice. But if I end up not seeing it, I will, or if I end up finding it after I finish talking, I'll just post photos of it somewhere. But I have a high feeling that it's not, that they didn't have any photos. They probably took photos and just believed that they did post them, but they didn't. But generally speaking, like I said, I really, really, really like I always love these like blouses with the frilly cuffs on the sleeve. I don't even know if this is the blouse. I think this is the blouse. I have a V Castle blouse that is basically that blouse. That might actually be the V Castle blouse. But anyway, like I was saying, all of the pieces, I really thought they were very nice for the DevilInspired collection. Like I said, I tend to not buy things from DevilInspired themselves, not because I think they're bad quality inherently. I just think the price is a little bit too high for me personally. Okay, so they have shoved all of these in a single post. Once again, we don't see photos of anyone actually wearing them, which is disappointing. We would love to see that if it were a possibility, but I don't think that they did post those photos. But in any case, I really did like all of those pieces. Very good for the DevilInspired collection. I otherwise had no real feelings. I knew they had some pieces in their original line that they started at some point within the last couple of years, I believe. but I had never like taken a close look at anything specifically. But those pieces I would say are very good. I don't know what type of fashion they are specifically pushing them as. Like, I don't know if they're pushing them. Okay, this is probably the first time they posted this 6 weeks ago. And we are not seeing them being worn by our good friend Tina. Very unfortunate. So this one is hashtagged as Fairy Core and Lolita Fashion. We knew that one was tagged like that one. This one is just tagged as, well, this one is actually tagged as Lolita and J Fashion, but it is actually tagged as Lolita, which is surprising to me because I don't think you would qualify this as Lolita Fashion. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments below, but I personally would just call this General J Fashion because I don't know how long the skirt is. It looks long enough to me. I would just like to see it on a model so I could be sure, but I don't know. You guys let me know what you think of it. If you would call it Lolita Fashion, I know they're generally just trying to push it as like a not a collaboration, but like a core vibe sort of thing with like My Little Pony. So it's fine the way that they're pushing it. I would say it's more or less being pushed as kawaii fashion, like I said, Pinkie Pie core, than anything else. So I guess it's fine. I just really wish we had those photos. It would be very great if we had a model wearing it. So DevilInspired, if you are in fact watching these videos, which I'm sure you're not, I'm sure you don't know who I am. But if you are, can you please get my girl Tina to post photos like of the dress, like her wearing it? Like she would probably look banging in it. I would love to see how it's on a person. But overall, I'm rambling at this point. My first impressions just based on viewing the pieces. I like them. I think this is very good. I would like to see more from the DevilInspired line of this type of vibe. They don't all have to be, of course, like My Little Pony themed or some sort of, you know, theme, but I think that does work for them. I think they kind of push things as being like Barbie core, or like I said, they tried the Genshin Impact thing before. They tried to get into the nerd community, the weeb community. They try to get these people and try to like get their attention. So I think that they would do good to continue doing that with things like this. So if DevilInspired is going to continue making their own pieces, I would love to see them continue to do things like this. Will I ever own this piece? Unclear. If someone does buy this and they don't like it and they throw it up on Lace Market, I'm not going to say that I wouldn't buy it. But, you know, I'm just saying, you know, throwing that out there. It is a piece that I will admit that I would like to have. And if, by chance, DevilInspired would like to send me these pieces, I will take back everything negative that I've ever said about them. Okay, I'm just kidding. I really wouldn't take back everything negative I said about them, but I would say that they've improved. I have nothing against DevilInspired improving as a company. It seems as though they're getting much better than they were in the past. I would love to see that from them. So if it were to happen that I were to ever get these pieces, I would give them an honest, genuine review. I would look at them fairly and say how I feel about them. Just looks alone, I like them. So if I were to ever get them, I think it'd be fine. So yeah, I would love to see DevilInspired continue to improve. Would love to see more pieces from them to see what they look like. Maybe if DevilInspired has some new pieces later on in the line, we'll make this into a little bit of a series wherein we review the DevilInspired collection. So thank you guys for joining me on today's video where we looked at the DevilInspired original collection. I will link all of the pieces in the description below. Since I did talk about them, I will link them in the description below. So if you are interested in picking up any of them before they go out of sale, because they seem to be flying off the shelves fast, you guys can go and pick them up at your own discretion or look at them in some closer detail. And with that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye!